up, YouTube? It's Chantel Sarita, also known as the Functioning Fashionista, and I really want to start posting more videos so that I can truly express who I am and hopefully inspire some of you to do the same thing. So today I want to talk about suppressing who you are and being silent based off of who you truly are. So I just wanted to give you some stories to kind of like play out this like scene that I have in my head, right? So when I was in gymnastics, and I really am truly tired of talking about gymnastics, but like that's it's still a part of me that I'm like sections of my life that I'm trying to shed in order to truly be who I am. So I have to talk about it in order to do that. So when I was in gymnastics, I had to suppress who I was a lot. Now, what do I mean by that? In order to suppress, or in order to fit in and to be who they wanted me to be, you know, my teammates, in order to be, you know, a part of that team, I had to suppress certain parts of myself. So for example, I remember going to practice one day and they were all talking about baseball. I don't personally watch baseball, so that wasn't a conversation that I could really like chime in on. So I'll go into practice and they're like, oh, did you watch last night, like Knurko? And they don't talk like that. Okay, let me code switch. Oh my gosh, like, did you watch Knurko last night? Like, did you see him get that home run? Oh my God, it was so awesome. Like that game was so great. Like, I'm going to the Sox game with my mom next week. Are you gonna go? Like, oh my gosh, are you guys gonna come with me? I'm gonna pay for all of you guys to go. Right, so they're all talking about baseball and I'm just sitting there like, because I don't watch that. So I have nothing to say. So I'm like, every time I come to practice, they're doing stuff like this where I don't really have input because I don't watch the same things that they watch. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be able to talk about this baseball shit. So I go home and I get my notebook and I get me a pen. And I'm like, I'm gonna watch baseball. I'm about to take notes. I'm about to know all the players. I'm about to know their numbers. And I literally wrote down the players. I wrote down their numbers. I wrote down what happened, the stats, and I memorized it. It's not that I was watching it and I memorized it because I liked it, because I clearly didn't, but I memorized it because I wanted to fit the fuck in. So I go back to practice and they're talking. I'm like, oh yeah, I watched that too. And it's like, in order for me to fit in and to be a part of the team, I felt like I had to suppress a part of myself. Another example is we would cheer for each other a lot, right? So like, imagine a girl is doing like a bar routine and she struggles with that a lot. So we start cheering for her. So this is how they cheer. All right, Alex, you got this. Let's go. Come on, Alex. You got this. Come on. You got it. Come on. Let's go. You go for it. Go for it. And me, I'm a little bit different, right? Because there's maybe 2 or 3 of me on the team. You know, black girls. There's 2 or 3 of me on the team and there's like 40 or 50 or 75. So a lot of white girls. The rest of them are white, right? There's 3 or 4 black girls, if that. Maybe at one point it was just me, and the rest are white girls. So when they're cheering, I'm like, come on, you got it, right? And I learned like how to switch to what they did and how they cheered, because when I would say come on, they'd be like, why do you say it like that? Come on, that's not the word. The word is come on, like on. What is on? What is? And I'm like, I didn't even realize I was saying it different. And eventually I learned how to cheer like them. Come on, Becky, you got this, let's go. Like, I clearly learned how to do it. And that was me suppressing part of who I am in order to fit into that group, because I felt like I needed to. And with that being said, it's just like, a lot of us have experiences that we've had when we were younger that are very significant in how we see ourselves now. So with that being, like, with that experience that I had, I learned to suppress myself. I learned that when I talk like how I normally talk, come on, when I you know, have a little lower voice and I don't like get so piped up when I'm trying to cheer for the girls, that's not acceptable. And so maybe a belief that I have about myself, and beliefs are basically different statements that you tell yourself subconsciously that control how you interact with other people and how you interact in your life. And they have a lot to do with how your life is right now. So for me, one of the beliefs that I may have and I'm trying to break through is I am not acceptable. I am not likable. I am not lovable. Because in order for me to be lovable and likable and acceptable, I have to be who you want me to be, which means I'm not being myself. So that's like a subconscious message to myself saying I am not accepted. And that's not true. Because, you know what? I want to let those 3 statements sink in a little bit. I am not acceptable. I am not likable. I am not lovable. if you're telling yourself stuff like this, you're going to see different things in your life play that belief out. Just as I started getting in the flow, my phone lost storage. Let me learn how to not look at that and make sure I'm looking at you, because I'm used to looking at myself. I'm cute. Anyway, what was I saying though? That was right in the deepest moment too. Oh, I was saying that in order to like fit in, to be comfortable, and to feel like valid, I have to suppress who I am. A lot of what we do, not a lot of, everything that we do is based off of beliefs that we have about ourselves. If you have a negative belief about yourself, you're going to behave in that way. So for example, going back to what my examples is, and if I feel invalid, what's a better way to word this? In order for me to feel valid, I have to be who you want me to be. So what else does that mean? Like, dig deeper. For me to feel like I'm important, I have to do things your way. In order for me to feel important, I can't be myself. If I'm myself, I'm not likable. So my belief would be, I'm not likable, I'm not lovable, I'm not someone who you want to be around. That's something that I learned subconsciously in my mind based off of all of these experiences that I've had. And everybody has these beliefs. And this is one of the reasons why I'm going to start doing these videos, is because I really want to dig deep within myself, but I want you to start thinking about what beliefs you have that are holding you back. That's something that's holding me back, because I'm not being who I am. And in order to find what I love to do and to really like take hold of that and like really go after my dreams, I gotta know what the hell my dreams are. And in order to know what my dreams are, I have to know who I am. And so I have to cut that belief off and change it to something else. So something, I don't know if I want to take you in my bathroom. I just got a new apartment, so I'm really excited. I decorated and stuff. But all over my apartment, I have little notes like reminders for myself. Like on my mirror, it says, I am enough. And I know on my Facebook, I talk about this all the time, that you are enough. How you are deeply, like who you truly really are, is enough. You don't have to change who you are in order to fit in. Who wants to fit in? Like, fitting in is boring. And it may be something that you were conditioned to do as a child, is to fit in and to be this person that everybody expects you to be. But fuck that. You need to be who you are, because in order to accomplish the goals you want to accomplish, in order to truly be happy with yourself, you have to really embrace who you are as a person. You got to dig deep, because you got to get through all these different layers. So look at it like this. That belief that I have, that's a layer, right? So if I have like these shades over my face, right? And this is, I am unlikable, right? So imagine I have that up. I'm gonna put another one up. So another belief I might have is, let me think of another experience. Based off of, going off of that, I guess, suppressing myself. I'm not likable. I'm not lovable. Like, likable and lovable are two different things. So that's another shade. I'm not likable, I'm not lovable, right? And you just have these different beliefs, and soon you can't freaking see, because all these shades are in front of your face, right? You can't see. So in order for you to truly figure out who you are and what you love and what you want to do, you got to take those shades away. Like, I am lovable, I am likable. Like, really embrace that. And it's going to be hard to believe that at first when you say things like that, like, I am enough. It's hard to, like, for that to soak in, because you have all these different filters. It's like one little thing trying to break through these filters is not going to do the job. But if you continue to say that to yourself, that's what I have them all over my apartment. And I'm going to continue to put little notes all over my apartment, because I want to continue to remind myself that I am lovable. I want to continue to remind myself that I am likable. I want to continue to remind myself that who I am is enough. I don't have to be anything else. I don't have to be anyone else. I don't have to blend in. I need to be myself. I can wear my purple hair and be cool with that. And whatever you want to do, if you want to wear a crop top and you ain't got a belly that sticks out, whatever, fuck that. Be who you want to be. If you want to have a mannequin at the top of your show with a wig on it, but I got it on right now, do that. Do who you want to do, what you want to do. Be who you want to be. You don't have to impress anybody else, because anyone who truly is going to love you is going to truly love who you are. And I'm going to say it to myself. Anybody who wants to love me is going to truly love me for who I am, not for who I'm pretending to be. So if you start noticing that you're making these changes, and you're really like feeling happier, but you're starting to lose friends, you're starting to, like, relationships are starting to break off, that's because they were in love with who you were pretending to be. Breathe that in. You don't want anyone in your life who's in love with who you're pretending to be. You want to be yourself and let people love you for you. I want to be myself and let people love me for me. So these YouTube videos, I'm going to start showing who I am. I'm not going to be pretending. Those other videos I was doing, that was part of me, but I was putting on a front because I wanted to be in the gymnastics field. In order to do that, there's a lot of white people and I got to impress them and I got to be a certain way. If you want to like hire me to do counseling, if you want to hire me to be your sports psychology consultant, if you want to hire me to do a workshop, hire me. Don't hire who I'm pretending to be. And it goes the same for you. So I challenge you to put on your wall, put on your mirror, put wherever you want to put that you are enough. Write it, I am enough, just like that. And you read it every single day until you start believing it. Because you are enough. I thought this was going to be so much harder than it was.